Goes in here. Name is Larry Kensill. I've been with Longe Optical for 65 years. When I first graduated from high school, jobs were sort of tough to come by. I had a friend that heard that Longe was looking for help, so that's what started in October of 1958. I guess I really got the bug from the day I started. I actually started in the lab. The lab was in the basement of the building downtown. Everything was done by hand. There was hardly any automated machinery whatsoever. And I was in the business for about a year when Mr. Longe bought some of our very first machinery that would actually run a lens, grind a lens, without having to do it by hand. And we have Mark here doing the calculation for the proper curves and thickness of the lenses.
I started in the same position that Dad started in. 20 years later, I was doing the same thing that he was doing when he was 18. He's always on the move, and he instilled that into my brother and I when we were young, and we've just been a hard-working family.
So we were very busy. We drew from a radius of about 60. In fact, sometimes people would even come 100 miles. There just was not that much competition in this business back then.
Early on, we were always really concerned with the medical side, and the fashion coming into the equation was pretty exciting.
Eyewear has become a fashion item now. When I first started, there was probably 5 or 6 men's shapes and 5 or 6 ladies' shapes of sizes and styles in the frames, and now it's just, there's hundreds. I watched this building being built over about a year and a half time period, and I looked and there's a huge for sale sign out here in front of the building. And talked to Mr. Longe. I said, why don't we go out and look at that building? I said, I think it would work out for retail and the lab both. And he said, well, let's go look. So we came out the following day on our lunch hour from downtown, and he purchased the building and went down and told his wife what he had just done. It's the way he always did things. He did, on the spur of the moment, he would. This right here is probably 70 years old. This is basically the same thing, just a different manufacturer. The lensometer that's down there now is digital, and it almost does everything by itself. You put the lens in, and it reads the prescription and prints it out on a piece of paper. In 1977, I had the opportunity, Mr. Longe wanted to retire, and then I had the opportunity in 1977 to purchase the business.
There are a lot of places where you can go to get your eyes checked, but there's only one Longe Optical.
The biggest thing that's exciting is Chuck and Lisa Surak.
Yeah, Larry came and met me many years ago when I was playing music at Hall's Guest House, and we became acquaintances and then friends. And then one day he approached me with an opportunity about Longe Optical.
I knew that I couldn't continue on forever, getting up in age and that, as I got to know Chuck and began to think about what I could do with the business and who I could do it with. I just couldn't think of anybody to be more excited about than him.
When Larry approached me and I started digging in and researching it, I was fascinated by the long history of the company, fascinated by Larry's leadership through the last many years.
Chuck had originally asked me to stay on, and I just had my heart enough in the business. When I seen the opportunity, I just didn't want to let go. It's just a very good thing to me after as long as I've been involved to know that it's in the kind of hands that it's in now, and knowing that it's going to thrive.
And I knew if I was going to get involved, I had to do something to make it a little bit better, a little bit different.
Within the first couple of years, he purchased $500,000 worth of new machinery. We have the latest equipment in the laboratory, and all the optometrists that's associated with Longe have the very latest equipment. So when a lens first starts out, it may look something like this. There's a diamond in there which grinds the lens. It'll put the prescription on the lens and take it down to its proper thickness.
Oh, I think when we came to this arrangement many years ago, I don't think either one of us probably thought Larry would still be working, but it's very obvious that it's in his blood.
He's just never been one to sit around and do nothing, so We've got 10 plus years now of him staying on and helping us.
Can't be happy enough about the legacy, and I just want to be looked at as somebody that put eyewear on people's faces. I've had people come up to me and say, my mom and dad, my grandma and grandpa used to come here, and they were very well taken care of, and now my family and myself is well taken care of. It just makes you feel good to know that you're doing something as important as what eyewear is to the general public.
There's always a great amount of pride, that you have a vocation, that you can work with your hands and produce something. He handed that down to me as far as being prideful in your work and making sure that it's done right.
75 years at Longe Optical is absolutely amazing. Most businesses don't last 50 or even 25 years. And I just love that we're able to serve so many thousands and thousands of customers and have, frankly, so many great employees working for us.
And to actually say that we've been here for 75 years and done as good a job as we have, served the public as well as we have, it's just exciting to know that I'm still enjoying what I do. All the people that are employed here now are a lot of fun, real easy to get along with. So.
Okay, yeah, those are good to go.
I keep thinking I'm going to catch up with him, but he doesn't slow down too often.
He has such a great work ethic and knows so much about the business and so much about the employees and the customers.
Honestly, to this day, we can't hardly do without him. He still comes in every day at 5 a.m. and has multiple things accomplished by the time we all arrive.
I enjoy coming in each day. As long as my health holds and everything, I'll probably continue on for a while yet. But I don't see any change coming in the near future.